Yes, I stole a wooden dog. Anyways, everybody meet Doug. This is Doug. Everybody meet Doug. Everyone say hi to Doug. Doug is a wooden dog that I stole about 5 years ago. And today, I decided to make him an integral part of this channel. There are 5 pillars that uphold the foundation of this channel. Stupidity, disappointment, and then there's Doug. Doug. But he outweighs all the other pillars, and that's why you should subscribe and watch all of my videos. Now, on to the story. So when I was in high school, and I was quite the ball player. You know, I could swing the bat. You know, I was always on the school team. I was somewhat of a starter. But if you were good enough in high school, you could play on like kind of the outside programs that weren't run through the school. You know, all those other baseball programs. And one of them was called American Legion. Now, American Legion was a little bit of a prestigious kind of baseball program. You know, you were only allowed to use wooden bats and nothing else, and you couldn't use like metal or composite. So you had to kind of be good to play on the team. I was on the American Legion team about 5 years ago. First game of the season. Just got done with batting practice, and I'm standing in the dugout with my buddy Alex, and I look across the street, because across the street it was like this neighborhood, all these houses and everything. I look across the street, and on this person's front lawn was this wooden cutout of a dog. I don't know why, but when I saw this dog in this person's yard across the street, I just wanted it. I just wanted the dog so bad. So I turned to my buddy Alex, and I'm like, Alex, you see this wooden dog across the street? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm gonna take it. And he was like, what? And I was like, yes, I'm gonna take this fucking dog right now across the street. He was like, no, you're not. And I was like, okay. So I walked across the road, got it to the person's yard. And this thing was dug pretty deep in, hence the name Doug. It was in the ground. I got both hands on it. I looked both ways to make sure nobody was looking, and I just went. And then I kind of hopped on back to the dugout with Doug in my hands. And I walked in and I put him right then and there in the dugout for everybody to see. And people were just very confused. First of all, they were like, where did you get this? And I was like, I found it. They were like, where? I was like, it's across the street. And they were like, where across the street? And I was like, you see that person's lawn over there? Well, there used to be one of these thingies on it. But now we got one for our dugout. I maybe had went into the other person's yard to get this exact item. Surprisingly enough, nobody did anything about it. Nobody told me to put it back. Nobody opposed it. Nobody told me. I mean, somebody told me I was stupid, but I don't blame them. But it just kind of became the mascot for that whole baseball season. I mean, we did terrible. I think we were like 3-9 that year or something like that. It was a terrible season, but that wasn't Doug's fault. Doug did his best. He gave us all the support that we needed. And through the years, Doug has survived about 2 moves with me. One of them was out of one of my parents' house into the other, I believe, and then into here. Doug has worked his way up to the top, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of Doug from here on out in pretty much all of the videos, every single one. He doesn't really say much, but he's always smiling, if you could see. He's always smiling, and that's good. That's what we want here. And yes, he's also going to be in pretty much every single live stream, because he doesn't also move or do anything or eat. Yeah, he's a wooden dog, but he's great though, and you're gonna love him. And he's got a lot to tell you. And that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about for today. Just a little background, some lore, for future references. So this is Doug. He's got a little smiley face. Happy to meet all y'all. And he'd be really happy if you subscribed and if you left a thumbs up. Everyone else says to do it, so I'm gonna tell you to do it, and you should do it. So, no, I hope everybody enjoyed meeting Doug, because he was very pleased to meet all of you. Till next time.